الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Welcome to our class Qur'an with the youth. Today inshallah we'll continue with our lesson, but first inshallah we have a special guest and we will listen to him first inshallah and then we continue with our lesson, our Qur'an lesson inshallah.
Brothers and sisters,
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله
وبركاته.
my name is Menaje. I'm 20 years of age. I'm from Milton Keynes, but originally from Southern Africa, and I am a revert to Islam. And it's been a very interesting journey. I reverted to Islam on the 30th of May 2018 in the month of Ramadan last year, and it's been an amazing journey. And I got into Islam mainly because of a lot of research, finding the truth, listening to a lot of known lectures such as Mufti Mank, who inspired me into Islam and everything. Obviously, Dr. Zakanai, as we all know, the brother was a very good Christian. The brother says in Islam, is it permissible for the sisters? Brother! Yeah, so then he was Dr. Zakanai was one of the people that gave me a huge insight into Islam. As much as it's funny, but it's actually very true. And one of the major signs, inshallah, you will all see very soon. And on the 30th of May, when I looked at the picture, I went to the masjid. I did not know what it was, but I could tell the background of the writing was in Arabic. And when I went to the masjid that day, I met a Yemenese brother, and he told me that the writing in the background is the Surah Al-Bayyinah, which we recite every day in Salah. And when I saw that, it was an instant sign, and I took my shahada within 5 minutes, and it was the most beautiful thing in the world. And ever since then, it's been an amazing journey. So, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. When was your first stages of looking into religion? Like, when did it start?
I would say probably 2016. I started researching about Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, obviously Islam as well. And it took a lot of, for example, because I live in England, I didn't go to Hindu temples and stuff to research about Hinduism stuff. But for example, Sikhism, I spent some time in a Gurdwara with the Sikhs and just to understand their culture. And I would say it took about a year's worth of research. A year's worth of research.
What made you realize that Islam was the truth?
The fact that, I grew up in a Christian household and I was taught that Jesus is God when that is not the case. And from then on, that's when the interest just came in. 100%.
And your past life, if you don't mind.
I would say I was a normal kid. Of course, in my teenage years, I may have done a couple of things that are very bad. We all were at that stage. But I wasn't a troublemaker for my mom. I was a nice kid, but of course there's a lot of things that are not allowed in Islam that I was doing, and of course alhamdulillah I'm not doing that anymore. So, but I was not a troublemaker. I was just a normal kid. I was into rapping, of course. I did do music back in the day, so alhamdulillah. But that's the past, of course.
And what about religious-wise? Were you religious?
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
MashaAllah.
No.
Anyone else for other questions?
So the thing that sparked it off, you saying, was this picture on the background of Surah Fatiha, and that's what made you curious, and you done research, and that's what brought you back into the fold of Islam.
Yes, 100%. 100%. Yes, his brother.
So as a child, did you have any religious friends? Or?
Of course, I grew up with Sikhs, so don't get me wrong, I did grow up with Muslims, but I only have one Muslim friend and he doesn't really take the deen seriously. But the people that I knew that took religion seriously were the Sikhs. And if anything, they pushed me to come to Islam, if anything, because as you know, their religion, even though we're different faiths, we still respect people, but they literally support you in what you want to do. If you want to be a Sikh, that's fine. If you want to be a Muslim, that's fine. So Sikhs were the only people in my life who were religious. My family, they talk about they're Christian. My mom hasn't been to church in 10 years. You know what I mean? So, you know.
So what age were you when you actually? So that moment was when you saw that picture.
Yes.
And what age were you when you saw the picture?
Oh, I was only about. I was 20. But I had done research ever since I was 18. But I had only seen the picture when I was 20.
How did you relate the picture into Islam? How?
It's because like after all the research, it took some time. But then I think like I don't remember. I think it was before 2018. It was like December, and my mom was going through our old photos, and I had seen a couple photos that I wanted to take because I was like, in a couple years I'm gonna leave home, so I want to take these. And I saw one, and I was just like, oh, it's some Arabic writing. But then I didn't pay attention. I just put it away. But then when Ramadan came in, I was really confused. I had seen it again, and then I was just like, I don't know what it means though. So I knew it was something. So when I went to the masjid, that Yemenese brother told me, if you had seen my face that day, I couldn't believe, because I was just like, no, this is not real. This is a joke. But alhamdulillah, it's crazy, man. Alhamdulillah, it's crazy. Go on, my brother, what you just?
Can I hug you?
Come here, my brother. Don't kill me now. Go on, brother, what would you say?
Do you remember where the picture was taken?
Yeah. My mom said we were in a restaurant when I was 5,
Oh.
and we had just come to eat something. It was a takeaway. We had just come to eat something. She thought I looked cute, so she took it. But later did she know 18 years later would play a big part into why I became Muslim. That's crazy, subhanAllah. So,
Alhamdulillah.
How's your parents' reaction you becoming a Muslim?
not happy. Not happy. No one is happy. No one is happy. But that is life. And may Allah bless them. May Allah guide them.
Amen.
But that is life. Any more questions, my brothers?
What would you like? What would you aspire to be like for the future in terms of your Islamic wise?
Islamic wise, just to be more in deen, if that makes sense. Of course, I'm still learning, but just to get to the level that everyone wants to get to, learning the Qur'an, memorizing it, being someone who can help others, particularly in that field. So yeah.
So how long? Sorry, brother. How long you say been revered now?
It's coming up to a year.
Coming up to a year. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think that it's made you a better person by making this?
100%. Without Islam, I don't know who I would have been, but I would not be the person that I am now.
Alhamdulillah. That's good. That's good. And there's nothing that put you in harm or trouble by reverting to Islam.
No, I wouldn't say that. Not at all. Not at all. Just, I guess, a lot of ignorance from certain family members. But like I said, it's a life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's good.
MashaAllah. And how do you feel inner-wise?
I feel great. Every day I feel great. It's a struggle, but you know you will never leave it because it's there for you. So you honestly, like, it's the best feeling in the world, because you're it's not just you're in something that's the truth, but it's everything. It's everything. So
If you had to put it in a word, after coming back to the fold of Islam, what is the one unique thing that struck you after doing some research? The entire thing about Islam. What's the thing that, is there anything that amazed you, or anything that you looking forward to?
I think it's quite cliche to say, but I'd say the fact that it's in everything. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at Christianity, you will see why Islam is what we should follow. If you look at Buddhism, if you look at the way science is spoke about it, if you look at, like, also the fact that it's a religion that promotes cleanliness, it's a religion that it's a way of life. So I know it's cliche to say, but it's like you're in something that you're not just praying to Allah, but it's also actually helping you in your day-to-day life. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I would say.
That's good.
MashaAllah. Anyone else?
My brother would
Do you have any advice for like anyone that's out there that's like struggling with Islam?
to come to it.
Yeah.
I would personally say Alhamdulillah, I've been blessed with the type of family that haven't kicked me out for being Muslim. but I know people who have been kicked out. But I would say that I don't know if it's the best advice, but it's the truth. You need to know that you're doing it for yourself. Because I know it's really harsh, but one day, regardless, like my mom is not happy with the fact that I'm Muslim. But at the end of the day, you know, someday she won't be here anymore. And am I going to stay a Christian for her? Am I going to be a Muslim because I want to be one? You know what I mean? Not trying to. I love my mother to death. She gave birth to me, but it's like this life is for you. It's your journey. Even if one of your brothers is not praying 5 times a day, does that mean you're not praying 5 times a day? It's you. It's your life. So I know it's hard to say, and may Allah bless the new reverts and the ones that are struggling, but on a level, just you need to do it for yourself because it's your life.
Indeed.
100%. Man.
And do you have any advice for the youth over here present?
Because they know much more than me. But I would say that just please listen to the elders who strictly follow the Qur'an and Sunnah, because those are the ones that are gonna help you. And please, my brothers, I'm telling you, like I've been there, man. I've been done the haram stuff. Like I mean, if someone is doing something that is against Islam and they're saying that raw, you don't want to be with us because we're not gonna go out and smoke and stuff, and you just want to pray, leave them. That friend is gonna take you to hell. I've lost friends because I'm Muslim now. So trust me, like please just stick as the group you are and remain as the group you are, because you need a team that will lead you to Jannah. You know what I'm saying? So please don't care what these people think, man. Understand what I'm saying?
And what kind of friends are you looking for in Islam?
Brothers who are on deen, man. Brothers who wear the white thobe and Juma. But yeah, that's it, man.
Just to add on top of that, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that المرء على دين خليله فلينظر من يخالل, that a person will be upon the religion, the path of his friend. So be careful who you select as a friend. In other words, also on Yawm al-Qiyamah, the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shall judge each one of us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ, the day that a zalim, the wrongdoer, will bite on his own hand. يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا. They will say, destruction upon us, we wish we had followed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. يَا وَيْلَتَى لَيْتَنِي لَمْ أَتَّخِذْ فُلَانًا خَلِيلًا. Woe to us, destruction upon us, we wish we had not taken so and so as our friend. Why? لَقَدْ أَضَلَّنِي عَنِ الذِّكْرِ بَعْدَ إِذْ جَاءَنِي. They mislead us from the remembrance of Allah after the remembrance and the guidance came to us. وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِلْإِنسَانِ خَذُولًا. And verily, a shaitan is a clear enemy upon the human being. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he will complain to Allah, وَقَالَ رَبِّي وقال الرسول يا رب إن قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن مهجورا. And this is my last advice. The Prophet ﷺ will say, "Oh my Lord, for indeed my nation, they took this Quran, neglected. They abandoned this Quran." So if you abandon this Quran, remember this is the only connection you have between you and your Lord, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also abandon you.
Oh, subhanallah, my brother.
Subhanallah.
For the advice, man.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah, subhanallah. So select a good friend. And if you can't find them, then be a friend of yourself. Yes, Suleiman.
No, it doesn't matter.
Go for it, go for it.
No, I was just gonna ask, when are we gonna read Quran?
Yes, inshallah, inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Yeah? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So today, inshallah, we will start by the recitation of Surah Al-Qadr, and then we will do Surah Al-Bayyinah.
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر.
Surah Al-Qadr, which means the decree, the night of decree. So they recite by saying, "Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr," for indeed we have sent down this Qur'an upon the night of decree, meaning the first revelation came upon that night. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ, and what will make you know what is this night of decree. And then Allah said, لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ خَيْرٌ مِنْ أَلْفِ شَهْرٍ, that the night of decree is better than 1,000 months, meaning of worship. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. The angels and the main angel, the leader of all angels, will descend on that night by the permission of Allah, and they will fulfill what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command them to do. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. Then peace will prevail during that night until the entering of the morning. That's the meaning. Bismillah. Surah Al-Bayyinah.
Inshallah.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. We're gonna start first by a story. Anyone knows the meaning of Al-Bayyinah? Oh, perfect. MashaAllah. I'm sure, I think it means the same in your language as well. How do you say evident?
Dalil
Dalil is one, I'm sure. And another way?
Bayina.
Evident, or it could also mean
Speech.
clarification. How do you say clarification in your language? I know in Urdu it means bayan.
Bayan, yeah, bayan means like speech.
Speech,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So al-bayyinah is the
Yeah.
same. So it means clarification, or to clarify, or a proof, yeah? Al-bayyinah. This surah was revealed, and the Prophet ﷺ recited to one of his companions. His name was Ubayd ibn Ka'b. He recited to Ubayd ibn Ka'b. So he recited this surah, and then he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the angels, they have ordered me for you to recite this surah in front of me. So Ubayd ibn Ka'b said, the angels mentioned me by name? Like he was very surprised and amazed. And he said, yes, the angels, and he was crying out of joy and happiness. SubhanAllah, the angels in the heaven, they recognized me. And I said, yes. And then Allah, the Prophet ﷺ further on said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that if He was to give a human being, mankind, a human being, a bunch of gold, they will wish for another one. And if he was to get a second one, then they will wish for a third one. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, nothing will suffice the human being except for dust, meaning the grave, until they die. So and then the Prophet ﷺ clarified, said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not accept any lifestyle except the lifestyle of Islam. He doesn't accept Christianity, he doesn't accept Judaism. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts sincerity, firmness into the religion, and those who surrender themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning Islam. And this is one of the reasons why the surah was revealed with us. So al-bayyinah, so it means the proof. After me? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة. رسول من الله يتلو صحفا مطهرة فيها كتب قيمة وما تفرق الذين أوتوا الكتاب إلا من بعد ما جاءتهم البينة وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا الله مخلصين له الدين حنفاء ويقيموا الصلاة ويؤتوا الزكاة وذلك دين القيمة إن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين في نار جهنم خالدين فيها أولئك هم شر البرية إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين منفكين حتى تأتيهم البينة رسول من الله يتلو صحفا مطهرة فيها كتب قيمة وما تفرق الذين أوتوا الكتاب إلا من بعد ما جاءتهم البينة
فليعبدوا الله
مخلصين له الدين
مخلصين له الدين
حنفاء ويقيموا الصلاة
حنفاء ويقيموا الصلاة
ويؤتوا الزكاة
ويؤتوا الزكاة
وذلك دين القيمة
وذلك دين القيمة
إن الذين كفروا
إن الذين كفروا
من أهل الكتاب
من أهل الكتاب والمشركين
في نار جهنم
في نار جهنم
خالدين فيها أولئك هم شر البرية إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك لمن خشي ربه ومتى بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن
الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم. So Surah Al-Bayyinah is especially talking about the Jew and the Christian. They are also known as the people of the book.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ahlul Kitab, the people of the book. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the first line, أَلَمْ يَكُنِ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ وَالْمُشْرِكِينَ مُنْفَكِينَ حَتَّى تَأْتِيَهُمُ الْبَيِّنَةِ. Anyone who knows the meaning? Yes.
Book.
Yeah, the people of the book. And
So
this
it's
is also
talking about the mushrik and the people of the book disbelieving until evidence came to them.
yes, indeed. So basically, they will never abandon their religion unless clear proof came to them. Yeah, clear proof came to them. So that's the first. Next one, Allah says, رَسُولٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ يَتْلُو صُحُفًا مُطَهَّرًا.
They was sent a messenger to purify scriptures.
Yes, indeed, yes. Messenger was sent to them, to their nation, with purified scripture. Yeah? فيها كتب قيمة. فيها كتب قيمة.
Within the
with clean books, I think.
فيها كتب قيمة.
Purified speech.
With purified
Words.
words, yeah. Or straight guidance, with correct guidance. Meaning messenger came in order to guide us. They came with the correct guidance, yeah?
Yes.
فيها كتب قيمة. Allah then tells us, وَمَا تَفَرَّقَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ إِلَّا مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَتْهُمُ الْبَيِّنَةُ وَمَا تَفَرَّقَ.
and they differed.
Okay, mashallah. But not different. Wama. This time wama. And they did not differ.
They did not differ.
الذين أوتوا الكتاب
with the books,
those who have been given the book.
those who have been, except
Min ba'di,
after clear evidence came to them.
mashallah, indeed. So they did not differ except after clear evidence came to them. Guidance. وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ حُنَفَاءَ وَيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَذَلِكَ دِينُ الْقَيِّمَةِ.
And
وَمَا أُمِرُوا.
and we did not
We spoke about this.
Advice.
and Allah did not command them except to
Yeah,
worship,
command, yes, yeah. And Allah did not command them except the worship Allah.
being sincere to Him in religion,
Yes, mashallah.
inclining to truth, establishing prayer, giving zakah. That is the correct religion.
That is the correct
Mashallah.
religion. Mashallah, yes, indeed, mashallah. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about two kind of people. The first one,
The mushrik,
إن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين في نار جهنم خالدين فيها أولئك هم شر البرية.
indeed those who disbelieved, and from the people of the book, the scriptures, we have
والمشركين
and the mushriks,
polytheists.
polytheists, they will be abiding in the hellfire forever.
Yes. أولئك هم شر البرية.
They are the most evil of creatures.
Yes, indeed. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك هم خير البرية.
Indeed, those who believe and do righteous deeds, they are the best of creatures.
May Allah make us from among them.
Ameen. Ameen.
Allah then tells us the reward they will gain. جزاؤهم عند ربهم جنات عدن تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عن ذلك لمن خشي ربه. جزاؤهم.
And
They will be rewarded with Jannah.
جزاؤهم before Jannah عند ربهم.
and their reward with their Lord
ما شاء الله.
will be gardens of perpetual residence.
Tajri mean with rivers flowing beneath.
Yes, indeed.
Anhar, so Anhar, that's rivers, sorry. Khalidina, abiding forever. Abada. Allah being pleased with them and they being pleased with Allah.
ذلك لمن خشي ربه.
This is
that reward is for this quality. Allah said, لمن خشي ربه.
khashya, those who have fear Allah.
Fear their Lord, yes, indeed. So that's Surah Al-Bayyinah. What we normally do is we recite the surah and then we go over the meaning, what it means, so we understand. It's very important. Like whenever I recite the verses to you, I always show you like.
Oh yeah, definitely. Always in the masjid. You
Yeah.
always do that.
So you get the message from Allah. What's Allah communicating with you? What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you to do. Yeah? Any question?
I love that surah, you know. The words in that surah are beautiful.
Yes, indeed. Subhanallah. Any questions? Sulaiman.
Please get off your phone.
If you have any questions, go for it.
Question, please.
And what's wrong? You don't look one.
No.
You know what I sensed from you? While I was reciting, I recited differently. If you notice, I recited differently. The reason is because I wanted Brother Munashi to follow. And while I was listening to all of them, I was listening to your articulation point, the way you say the words, because you were reciting with us. And I noticed it's very good, mashallah. If we start our intense class, inshallah, when you have more free time, you're gonna be very quickly learner.
That means a lot, man. That means a lot.
Mashallah.
That means a lot, man. Exactly like
Mashallah. And I can sense that I have a revert who I taught in 4 months managed to memorize 2 ajza. In 4 months.
Mashallah.
From alif.
MashaAllah. Oh,
Mama,
subhanallah. So, inshallah, I'm next.
Yes.
It's no talk, man.
Inshallah,
This
definitely.
is the best, right?
Inshallah.
It took me 4 months to learn Surah Fatiha.
Even Amar knows how to read. Amar, what is this? What is this?
This was a biscuit.
No. Shy now.
Right? That's a biscuit.
Inshallah. Into my life. There was this boy, his name is Harris. You've met Harris. There's a student of mine that I teach. And I asked his parents, like, what did you do that maybe you think that contributed for him to be this smart? He's a smart boy. The sister said, the mom said, when we got married, although I used to listen to music, I decided that I will sacrifice and I will dedicate myself to Allah and I will stop listening to music for the sake of my children.
Subhanallah.
And she completely left it. And she replaced it with the Qur'an. So when Harris was born reading, she said that we used to play the Qur'an every single time in the house. Until the degree when I started teaching Harris, when I started teaching him, he was 5 years old. So we started from Alif, Ba, until we reached the Quran, until he knew how to read fluent. There was a time I was teaching him Islamic studies, and then I remember I asked him, oh, we did the lesson, and then I was trying to remind him, oh, there's a previous lesson that we did, and then I couldn't remember the title, and he said, yeah, I remember the title, and it is in this page.
Wow.
I checked the page, wallahi, it was correct. And I said, how do you know? He said, oh, I remember. And I said, do you remember the pages of every single page in this book that you have learned? He said, yeah. And I tested him. And I said, subhanallah, you know. And I said, can you do this also with the Quran? He said, yes.
Wow.
He said, yes. So I opened the Quran. So for instance, I will say to him, number 6 of Surah Al-Bayyinah. So he will say, Inna alladhina kafaru min ahli al-kitab wal mushrikina fina. And I said, really? And then I do another one, and I do another one. I said, wow. And then I went even a bit more extreme. I said to him, the word Fir'aun in Juz Amma, how many times is it mentioned? He says to me, it's mentioned 3 times. I said, where? And then he said to me, وَفِرْعَوْنَ بِالْأَوْتَادِ and then فِرْعَوْنَ وَثَمُودِ and then subhanallah, he started mentioning all of them. And then I said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. How many times did I mention? He said, 5 times. Which surah? He said, Surah Al-Inshiqaq, Surah Al-Tin, Surah this. And I said, oh my days. And so I started asking him, who's your favorite sheikh, reciter that you like to listen to? And he mentioned Abu Bakr Shatri.
Okay.
Remember that this sheikh, he lives in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
He lives in Saudi Arabia. So Abu Bakr Shatri. This was a month, so I thought about it. Oh, his favorite sheikh is Abu Bakr Shatri. So I remember I prayed in my sunnah prayer, and I supplicated to Allah in my sujood, oh Allah, please unite Haris with Abu Bakr Shatri. Allow him to meet up with Abu Bakr Shatri. You know what happened 1 month after? Abu Bakr Shatri came to the UK. Not only that, he came to the masjid. Not only that, he also met up with Haris.
Subhanallah.
I was so amazed. No way. The day that happened, I said, this is a dream come true. Well, like, this is a dream come true.
The power of dua.
The power of dua.
Because it's the same, like, not even to relate to, but that's like what I prayed for when I wanted to meet Mufti Meng.
Mhm.
So when I met him, I couldn't believe it was him. Like, when I saw him, I looked at him and I said, that's not Mufti Meng, let's go. And he said, no bro, just go and shake hands with him. And I was just like, because you know how Mufti is, Wallahi, assalamu alaikum, my brother, how are you? And I was talking to him, he said, Wallahi, I'm happy for you, my brother. I was looking Mufti in his face, and I could not believe it was him. So
Yeah.
the same thing with Harris now. That's amazing. When did this happen though?
This
That
now
was
3 years ago. 3 years, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. She
And-
met the sheikh. Oh, this is a coffee hall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coffee hall, yes. It was so amazing, and let alone that, I remember there was in the righteous predecessor, I remember there was a father who used to have wisdom. He knew that his son loved a specific sheikh.
Okay.
So you know where he used to go? He used to buy gifts for his son,
Yes.
went to the sheikh,
Yes.
and then he said, "This is the gift. I will come with my son to introduce you to him, and then when we come, I want you to give this gift to him." So I said, "Oh, this is a nice wisdom." So I went to collect some gifts for Harith. I bought some Islamic stuff, puzzles, a clock, alarm with the adhan. I gave to Abu Bakr Shatri and I said, "When Harith come, give this in order to build more love for him." Subhanallah.
It's amazing.
When you find your children loving those role models, like those righteous role models,
100%.
then definitely motivate them to love them,
100%.
because the love will be there only for the sake of Allah.
100%.
You can't say I love 50 Cent for the sake of Allah. How can you love 50 Cent for the sake
Only you saw that.
of Allah? Why you love
What
Subhanallah. So Allah never underestimate the power of dua. Wallahi, never. Subhanallah. And if not, then I'm sure Allah has prepared something better for them.
100%.
Seriously, wallahi.
100%.
Mhm.
100%.
And even if you think that why the dua not answering, maybe Allah wants you to supplicate more. Allah loves that action of a person begging Him, because that shows that you are insignificant and you are in need of Him. And Allah loves that.
100%.
Allah is the only one who is self-sufficient.
100%.
We are in need of Allah.
Do you know the story about Imam Ahmad?
Mm-mm. Yeah. Tell me about it.
About his this is about dua as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll quickly tell you. So yeah, Imam Ahmad, he traveled to this city during his seeking of knowledge, and it's an unknown city to him. He's got nowhere to stay, so he goes to the nearest masajid and he prays salah there, and then you heard it, have you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know it. I only listen.
So he goes to the masjid, prays his salah, and then after salah he's got nowhere to go. So he goes, okay, I'll stay in the masjid and spend my time. So salah's finished. The guard of the masjid, he wants to come and lock the doors now. So he's saying to Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, saying, you need to go. We're closed now. We need to lock the doors. So the Imam's saying, look, I'm a stranger in this city. I've got nowhere to go. Just let me stay in the masjid. He's like, no, you have to go. You have to go. I need to lock up. So what happened was, after a little while, he didn't want to go, but then he basically he dragged him out. He dragged the Imam out the masjid, and then he sat by the steps, and then so the guard goes to him, you can't even sit here. You need to get out of here. You need to move away from here. And the Imam goes, look, I'm at the masjid now. There's nowhere for me to go. At least let me sit by the steps of the masjid. And then so the guy he's got angry and he's like, no, you need to go. And he's dragged him again. He dragged him onto the street, away from the masjid. And there was a guy across the road in a bakery, and he was watching like everything that was happening. And so he comes outside and he goes to Imam Ahmad. He goes, look, come to my bakery. You can spend it. You can stay here and do your salah and everything. So he goes into the bakery and he goes into bakery and the Imam Ahmad, he's observing the baker. So he's doing his baking and all he can see is like he's uttering something from his mouth. So he's saying Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Wallahu Akbar. He's constantly making dhikr of Allah. So he asked him, what are you? Imam Ahmad is curious. He's like, he's seeing this uttering something. So he asked him, what are you uttering while you're baking? Making stuff. Like I'm making the dhikr of Allah. I'm saying Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. And so he asked him, what benefits have you seen from repeating these, remembrance of Allah? and he goes, up till this day, every dua that I've made to Allah, Allah has fulfilled every single dua, because of repeating these phrases. And then he goes, Allah's accepted every single dua apart from one dua, which he's still waiting to be fulfilled. And he asks him, he goes to him, what dua is that then that Allah hasn't fulfilled? He goes, my only dua is to meet Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. So he's the Imam, he's asking him a question. My only dua is to meet Imam. He's like, so he goes to him, Ana Ahmad. He's like, Subhanallah, and then he goes to him, look, just because of your dua, your dhikr, Allah has dragged me all the way from somewhere and dragged me through the streets to come to your place just to fulfill your dua. So it's amazing. Making dua and making dhikr of Allah is amazing.
Never underestimate the power of prayer.
I remember I even have a friend who the dad was also stubborn, like when he became Muslim. So he said, and he started basically losing hope, he's never gonna become Muslim, he hates Muslims, blah blah blah, stuff like that. I said to him that verily, whatever you do, maintain your good relations, give da'wah. One day, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open his heart to accept Islam. No, my dad won't. I said to him, verily, the Sahaba thought the same about Umar. One Sahaba even, there was a woman who passed by, and they were going to Abyssinia. So Umar said, may Allah be with you. So this woman said, oh, Umar did not accept Islam then. But this woman said, oh, Umar has some empathy for Islam. Maybe he's going to become a Muslim soon. So this woman told the husband said, start laughing. This is impossible. He said, Umar will not become a Muslim until the donkey of his father become Muslim. Meaning never.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then after a while, Umar embraced Islam. He did embrace Islam. So never underestimate the dua.
Never underestimate the power of prayer. Never.
And every single person that you see, even if they are non-Muslim, consider them to be potential Muslim.
Okay,
Potential
100%.
Muslim, yeah.
100%.
There is one day maybe your character, your saying, your behavior, they can accept Islam with that. Have you heard of the story? I'm not sure whether it is real. There was this old lady who basically knew about Islam, and she was in the hospital, and a Muslim man who went to visit the sick people basically, walked by, and this lady shouted, help! So this man rushed to that lady to see what's going on, and next to that lady was a Muslim man as well. So this lady asked the man, I've been researching, I've been told I know about Islam, I want to accept Islam now. Can you help me fulfilling this? The man said yes. So he commanded her to take the Shahada. She took the Shahada, afterwards she passed away. Afterwards she passed away. So it's amazing, Allah.
Even I just want to share one thing as well. As you know, only mashallah. We shouldn't have stayed there. He was so close.
Imagine he started saying Lam yakun illa
You say inna.
MashaAllah.
We'll have to start, get up and run.
I was gonna just share this last week because I'm telling you, even just the power of you don't know who will even come to Islam. That's how amazing it is. Because I told you, only as you know, I grew up with Sikhs, so a lot of people I still know are Sikh. One time, I think it was about 4 months ago, I was actually surprised. It was in September. I went to the Gurdwara, and obviously because I'm Muslim, we can't, of course, yeah, you can respect people's house and that, but you can't do what they do. You know what I mean? So I wore my, I can't, should I say the Islamic turban?
Yeah.
Okay, I wore mine. And then obviously, because you have to cover your head when you go in there. So I met like one lady, and I was talking to like a family, and then she was just like, all her kids had come in, like her grown kids, or your age, and then one of her sons wasn't here, and I was just like, oh, Mommy G, because they're Punjabi, so you say Mommy G, or there's so I was just like, why isn't your son here? And then she was just like, oh, because he's Muslim now. I said, wait, what? And then she said, he's in the car right now. So I went to the car, and I was just like, oh, like, Assalamu alaikum, bro. He said, oh, alaikum salam. And then we had a conversation. He said that I never thought I would ever take my bangle off, because you know they wear a bangle, and he's like, I never thought I would take
bangles from my friends and his school come.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? They wear these, I don't know why, but and then I was talking, I said, like, what made you become Muslim? And he said the same thing as me, just research. And then I was just like, how do your family take it? And he's like, oh, they're okay. That's why I love Sikhs. They're just okay. They don't, they respect anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So of course, like, we don't do what they do, but we respect what they do. But I was surprised because all the kids are in the Gurdwara just praying. I only come there to eat because they sell food.
What is this then?
Yeah. Because I'm close with them, so they're like, oh, you can always come to eat. So I came to eat. I come back from work and I was so hungry, so the longer was serving, so I went to go eat. And me and him had a conversation. He now he moved to Peterborough, so he goes to a masjid up there and he's learning he can recite like you. I think he's only about 18. He's really good. He's really, and he kept telling me, oh, I can't wait to go to Makkah and Medina. I haven't got the money, but I'm going soon, inshallah. So Islam is his life. I can't explain it.
SubhanAllah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you go to the main one?
Yes, in Milton Keynes. Have you been there? That's a nice place.
And they're welcoming everyone.
They welcome anyone, man. Sikhs, they just don't. Of course, don't get me wrong, not every community is nice, but they don't mind. From what I've seen, they don't mind. So inshallah, Allah guides all of them.
I mean,
Turn that Gurdwara into a masjid.
because they have the minaret to make adhan.
Exactly.
Omar will take the place.
How about Azan? Let me say something.
Go on. But remember what I told you? They're guru.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallahu khairan for the lesson today. Anyone who is interested to join our class, inshallah, is more than welcome. You can contact Blackford Da'wah, inshallah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت استغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.